Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Jess and I do a lot of things around here, most things keto. I do also some organization stuff, some cleaning stuff. I just have a lot of things like sprinkled in, but mostly keto hauls, keto reviews, keto what I eat for days, keto vlogs, all those things. So after you watch this video, if you like what you see, I hope you will stick around and subscribe to my channel and make sure you hit that notification bell to be notified when I upload videos. Also, please give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment down below because it really helps my channel out when you do that. So, you guys want to see some Thanksgiving stuff? Let's get into the video. So I am so excited to be part of this collab with some of my favorite people out there, and I'm sure you guys know who they all are. If you're coming over from one of their channels, please let me know down in the comment section which channel you found me at. I would love to go over and thank them and to welcome you personally to my channel. So the people that are part of this collab, they will all be linked down below in the description box, so check their channels out after you're done with this video and go let them know that I sent you over here. So the people that are part of this collab are Aaron over at Aaron Does the Keto, Naseen over at Keto Mama, Amanda over at Keto Ginger, Ashley over at Oh Crow Gal, Jen over at In With Jen, and Erica over at Time to Shrink. So we are going to be sharing with you some keto Thanksgiving dishes. Thanksgiving is right around the corner, so we thought it would just be a fantastic idea to give you guys some options for some keto Thanksgiving side dishes. I think we're mostly doing side dishes and desserts and maybe a drink or something here and there. So I personally am going to be sharing a couple of side dishes, and I may have a third one in this video. At this time, I haven't filmed it yet, so we'll see what you see. Anyway, let's get into these yummy Thanksgiving recipes. Okay guys, so we are going to do some sugar-free, keto-friendly cranberry sauce. One of my favorite things at Thanksgiving, and I'm glad that we can do a keto version. So first thing you're gonna need is 12 ounces of cranberry sauce. This is a pretty small batch only because for this recipe, when I make it on Thanksgiving, I will be doubling this recipe, but for now, this is just like a smaller portion, just so keep that in mind. I bought these at Costco. They're only like $2.99 for this big 2-pound bag. So I have 12 ounces of those in here. I have a cup of sweetener. Sweetener we are using is the Swerve powdered, like the confectioner sugar. So any kind of powdered sweetener that you want to use that is sugar-free. So I don't know what other brands there are, but Swerve is what I have in my area, so that's what I'm using. I'm also going to do a dash of pumpkin pie spice. And then you can do vanilla if you want, but I highly recommend doing orange extract. Now, you guys know I don't normally measure my vanilla because you don't ever measure vanilla, but I do measure this because this stuff a little bit goes a long way. So we'll be measuring out a teaspoon of this. So you need a cup of sweetener, 12 ounces of cranberries, teaspoon of extract, and just a dash of pumpkin pie spice. We're doing this in the Instant Pot, you guys. This is gonna be so quick and easy to do this in the Instant Pot. Let me get my inside out, and then my inside out. That was kind of funny. And then I'll show you how we put everything together. Okay, we need water too. We need a half of a cup of water, so I forgot to mention that part. Okay, and as I'm thinking this through, I'm actually think we need to do a half of a teaspoon of the extract, because I'm thinking I think I normally do a full teaspoon for a full batch. So this is only a half a batch. So I will have the recipe written out down below. So yeah. Cranberries going in, those have been washed and all that. I'm gonna put in the sweetener. We're gonna put in the water. I'm just gonna go ahead and stir that around a little bit. You don't need to worry about getting it all completely mixed in there because, of course, as the juices come out, they'll get it all mixed up. And you may have to adjust the sweetness after it's all done. Just definitely check it and see. Now the pumpkin pie spice, and you can just use cinnamon if you just want cinnamon, but I love pumpkin pie spice. And then, like I said, we'll just do a half of a teaspoon of the extract. You can taste it afterwards, and if it feels like you need more, then I would do it that way. But like I said, a little bit of this stuff goes a long way. I love this orange extract. Okay, and that's it. You guys, we're gonna mix this up. We're gonna cook this on the manual setting on your Instant Pot for on high. We're gonna cook it for 7 minutes, which means it'll take about 10 minutes or so to get up to temperature. And then we will let it natural release for 10 minutes. And then we'll do a quick release for the rest, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. I will have stovetop instructions in the description box as well if you don't have a pressure cooker. I just think it's so much easier this way, but if you don't have one, I will have stovetop instructions down there. Make sure your little valve up here is sealed up. Then we're just going to do manual, high pressure, cook time 7 minutes. Start. And like I said, it'll take about 10-15 minutes to get this up to pressure. And then after the 7 minutes, we'll let it natural release. And the next thing you'll see is some yummy cranberry sauce. Okay, so to thicken up the cranberry sauce, so now it's been 10 minutes for natural release, so I took it out. And then I'm going to add in some xanthan gum. And this is going to help thicken this up. So I'm just gonna do a teaspoon of that. And then the longer it sits, the thicker it will get. And once it cools down, I will show you what it looks like, and you'll see how nice and thick it is, but it smells really good. And again, at this point, you're gonna want to taste it once it cools down and see if you want to add any additional sweetener in. It's really gonna depend on your taste. Okay guys, so here is what the cranberry sauce looks like after it's gelled up a little bit. It's still kind of hot, as you can see, but you guys, this tastes really super good. I don't need any more sweetener. I actually think I probably should have added a little bit more orange extract, so play around with that a little bit. I may add in another half a teaspoon, so maybe a teaspoon of orange extract is what you need. But again, you can use vanilla if you don't want to do the orange, but there you go. So next up, we're going to do some keto stuffing. Yes, you guys, I know I've been talking about this, but I finally found the way that tastes amazing. So I did not like the other breads I was using, so I decided to try it with biscuits. And guess what? It works super good. So 2 batches of the keto biscuits. I will put a little clip here next of the biscuits that I made, so you guys know if you haven't seen that, haven't seen me make these. I did change it up a little bit and added some poultry seasoning into it and a little bit of garlic powder and onion powder, just so it had a little bit more savory taste since we are using this in stuffing. So let me show you that clip next of making the biscuits. So the first thing we do, you want to do, I don't know if I mentioned this, double batch. So 2 batches of the biscuits. So you have about 18 biscuits. They usually make 8 to 9 biscuits. So anywhere between 16 to 18 biscuits is what you're going to have. And then we're just going to crumble it up like this into little kind of bigger chunks. And I will show you what we're going to do next after we get it all crumbled up. So this is what I mean by crumble it up. You know, kind of bigger chunks, just so it doesn't, because when you put the chicken broth on there, I don't want it to like disintegrate. So I'm doing kind of bigger chunks like this. So this is 2 batches of the biscuits. These are gonna go into a 375-degree oven for about 10 minutes. And what that's gonna do is kind of dry it out a little bit, kind of crisp it up a little bit to be more like the bread stuffing. It won't be quite as crispy as those. If you want them super, super crispy, you could put them in a lower degree oven for a longer time. So you could do like 250 degrees for like 30 minutes or something. But I found that the 375 for about 8 to 10 minutes. It worked out perfect. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna throw this in the oven and I'll show you what it looks like when it's all done. Okay, so the next thing you're gonna need are your veggies and your herbs. So this is a leek, if you guys did not know. Leeks have less carbs than onions, but they have more of an oniony taste to them than, well, not more than onions, but they have an oniony taste to them. So I'm gonna use a leek. Now I already have mine cut up. I did it in meal prep yesterday. So here's the thing with leeks, they are very, very dirty. They have so many layers. So I talked about this in my meal prep video. When you cut this in half, there's all these layers in them. You wanna make sure you clean out all those layers really, really well because they get nasty. So just make sure they're really super clean. Like I said, I already cut mine up. So in here I have some leeks and I have like 4 stalks of celery that I chopped up. Okay, if you can hear that in the background, that's my Instant Pot. Sometimes it doesn't seal up all the way. Anyway, so I have 4 stalks of celery. I have about 3/4 of a cup of leeks. Yeah, 3/4 of a cup of leeks and the celery in here. Herbs I'm using are a poultry herb blend. I buy these every year at Thanksgiving. I use it for the stuffing, I use it for the turkey. So I'm gonna chop these up really finely because these will go into the mixture as well. And the only other 2 things you're gonna need is 1 egg and a cup of chicken broth and some butter. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these chopped up and then I'm gonna get the rest of the ingredients going. Okay, so I have 4 tablespoons of butter in there. And then we're just gonna pour in all these veggies, saute them until they are nice and softened, which takes about 5 to 10 minutes or so, depending on, you know, how many veggies you have. So I'll get back with you guys as soon as this is all done. So here are the toasted biscuits. As you can see, they're nice and toasty. So I have a casserole dish here, and I'm just gonna go ahead and put that in there. The casserole dish is sprayed with some cooking spray. So I'm gonna pour that in there, and then we'll have to wait for our veggies to get done, and we're almost done and ready to put this into the oven. Okay, so now we're gonna add in our fresh herbs. You don't wanna do this too soon because fresh herbs can burn pretty easily. So I'm just gonna put all those in there because my vegetables are almost done. Now it really depends on how soft you like your vegetables and your stuffing. I like mine to still be a little bit crunchy, so you may wanna do yours longer. So I'm just gonna cook this around just for another 1 or 2 minutes just to get the spices all heated up. Okay, I'm also gonna add in some garlic powder. You can do minced garlic also, but I'm just gonna do some garlic powder in here, and then also a little bit of salt and some pepper. Again, just use whatever spices you wanna use. Okay, so this is ready to go into the casserole dish. Okay, so we're just gonna pour this right on here, and then we're gonna mix it up into the bread. So just mix it up really well. Sometimes it's easier to do this in a big bowl and then pour it in your casserole dish. And honestly, now I think about it, that's how I normally make my stuffing, but I didn't even think about it. I'm afraid with the biscuits, I was really afraid of them getting too soggy and turning into a big mess. So that's why I just kind of wanted to do it in the dish. Okay, so now that the vegetables are all in there, now we're going to do this step, and we're going to put an egg on top. And this is just to help make the stuffing, you know, kind of gel together. I don't know if that's something that you guys have done with your stuffings, but that's something I've always done, is put an egg in there, and it just kind of helps make a more cohesive stuffing, kind of helps bind it all together. So I'll mix that up really well. And the last step is a cup of chicken broth. And I'm just gonna pour that all on there. And actually, again, it just depends on how if you like your stuffing a little bit drier, you may want to do less than a cup, but a cup I found worked just perfect for this amount of biscuits. Okay, so that's all in there. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna put some foil on top of this, put it into a 350-degree oven for 30 minutes, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's all done. So the stuffing is done. Here it is. It's nice and hot. Cannot wait to have this. I'm gonna have it tonight with dinner with my chicken. But you guys, this is a fantastic stuffing recipe. Highly recommend it. Let me know down below if you plan on trying this. So we have our stuffing, our cranberry sauce. I know I said I might do a third recipe. Did not have time to do that, but I will do it before Thanksgiving. Hopefully, if not, it also will go good with Christmas dinner. So I will be sharing that recipe for sure with you guys on my channel. So here you go. We have stuffing and cranberry sauce for your Thanksgiving dinner. So I hope you enjoyed those recipes, and let me know down below in the comment section if you are going to try any of these out. If you do, please tag me on social media. I always have all my social medias down below in the description box. Also, don't forget to go check out all the other channels as part of this collab, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Bye guys.